One of the more common questions, but still, I think a very valid question is, what's some advice that you can give, or what's the one piece of advice that you can give to Australian founders wanting to go to China?
Well, the first thing is I say never listen to one piece of advice because it's such a complex question. You've got a lot of paths you could possibly take. But humility with respect, cultural humility, I would say is the main thing. Don't think you're entering a second tier country. When they and you can teach them lessons. Do not ask what lessons they can teach you, and keep your mind open to different ways. You've got to keep your mind very, very wide open to challenge all of your assumptions. You've got to be very culturally open-minded. I would say so. So my advice would be to immerse yourself in China for a while. If you can get if this is relevant to you, if you get a Chinese boyfriend or girlfriend, you better be very serious. But if you can, you can sort of start to see through another person's eyes. Be humble. You're not smarter. You have a different way, and you have assumptions that you think are superior or better or just is how it's supposed to be, and it's not just how it's supposed to be. There's a whole other way of doing it, as China has proved to all the Western innovators. Right. So I don't know how to. Just got to be a very open-minded person, and you've got to subject yourself. I try to stay out of the Western bubble, so as much as possible.
Yeah.
Try to mix with Chinese people, and learn from every single one of them, and. I think that's the first step.
Yeah, that's a good piece of advice.
A small piece of advice. It's such a large, complex question, but if you get that level, I do not think you're going to have. If you're genuinely because the relationships are so important in China, and if you're good at building relationships with Chinese people, I mean, they're going to be like, wow. Not only you've tried to understand us. You respect us. Well, you're pretty, and you're in a whole other world. I have a lot of respect for you, just as you do. I mean, we don't have as much respect for Chinese people coming here who've done that. We just the Chinese person, no, but we should, because once you go there, you see what a change they've had to endure.
Yeah.
To adapt to this whole new culture that we just take for granted as if it's universal.
Yeah.